Hey, happy Wednesday everyone, and welcome to today's live. I'm the Urban Seer, your guide to love, destiny and manifesting the life you desire. I hope you're all doing well this Wednesday, and I hope this space brings you some peace, clarity and answers to the questions that you will bring today. As usual, if you would like a free reading, just click the link in the pinned comment. You'll be added to a list and wait for your name to be called. Quick reminder of how I read. I'm an energy reader, tuning into your energy, your situation. So please do provide as much context, detail as you feel comfortable. And I don't read yes, no questions, timelines or general. So please bear that in mind. But let's take a breath, center ourselves and be open to the answers that Spirit has for us today. Hey everyone in the chat. Hey Anshuman, Pooja, Danny Baby, Saran. Lovely to see you all. I'm going to head over and grab the list now, so just bear with me. How's everyone doing this midweek? How's the week so far? And I'm just going to close my window because my neighbours just decided to start drilling, so bear with me. Okay, so first up we have Jennifer. If you are here, my love, please go ahead, post your question. And also to let everyone know, I'm using the colourful neon tarot deck today. I'm not sure if I've seen Jennifer, but she may just be watching. We have Jennifer, Morales, and then we have Country. Please both go ahead and post your questions if you are here. Maybe neither are here. Danny, Anshaman, if you want to go ahead and post. Devea, I see you. I'll add you to the list. You're on the list and I'll update the list as I go. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Country. So, Country asks, there's a return in Libra. BJ, he treats me really well. Awesome, good start. Really caters to me when he's around. But he's also super in and out. This worries me. Of course. He says he wants to try again, but this inconsistency, Libra energy, sort of scares me. Sure. What's the energy surrounding a solid connection here? He's an ex from high school days. Okay. Exciting. Let's see. Spirit, please tell us what's the energy surrounding a solid connection here with this Libra for Country. Ten of Wands. I'm going to pull another one for clarity. Suggests they're getting tired and weary with something, which could be about, anyway, let's see what Spirit says. Clarify, please. Yes. So I think actually that they are going through a change with this kind of behavior themselves. Okay, the Ten of Wands is the end of a journey, the end of a cycle. This is very much their energy, and I feel like they've found this in-out behavior, not settling down, kind of not giving it a proper go, not being a bit of a player energy maybe, yeah? However you want to frame it. What they've been doing has not been working. It's actually brought them heartache. They may have had a significant heartache as well recently that kind of made them question and reflect, I think, and look back about what they've been doing, and that change basically is imminent, change is necessary. And I think they get that now. So they are coming to you. This energy is still around them, so they may be dealing with some heartache, but this connection is really over. Whoever hurt them, that's done with. But like I say, their behaviours up until this point in the area of love, in relationships, not settling down, not committing, has really ultimately left them dissatisfied and left them tired, burnt out, weary. They haven't got out of it what maybe they thought they would. And they have gone through a time of reflection. They want to put this down, they want to put this burden down and start something new and do something different. So this is hopeful. I feel like it's almost like something painful has made them wake up and want to change. Sometimes, you know, that's generally in a way for most people, isn't it? It's like when we get burnt enough, that's what the catalyst for change is. We can grow through joy. But a lot of the time we can grow from, you know, painful situations. And I think for them, that's where they find themselves. So they come to you wanting to start something different. But tell me more. Sorry, I'm suffering with a bit of a cold at the moment, so forgive me if I sound a bit full of cold. Spirit, tell me where this leaves them. What are they bringing to country? What's the future potential? Oh, nice. Queen of Cups. So a real emotional offering, something real this time around, something different. Queen of Cups is emotional depth. It also feels more mature. I mean, you are the Queen of Cups as well, so I think they know that they have to meet you there in an honest way, and that you're not really gonna suffer suffer any kind of foolish behavior. Yeah. But I do feel like there's a chance that they can offer you something real here, country, this time around. They've been burnt, they've been changed. They know they have to do something different. So be open, I would say. Give this a chance. Keep your boundaries as the Queen of Cups, obviously. Lead with emotional honesty and, you know, the depth that you would always bring to a connection. But I think what they've been through has changed them, made them mature, made them wake up. And this could open the door for something different. They want to do something different. So I hope that resonated, country. That makes sense as country. Good, good. Country says he has grown up a lot. Yeah, so I do appreciate that. Thank you. I'll give it a shot. Yeah. He's matured through. I mean, maybe it was painful situations, not in love even. It could just be life has you know, unfortunately has brought them some heartache here. And they've changed as a result. But it ultimately, it's made them a better person. Okay, I'll move on. Hey Sonali, glad you could make it. I'll close the list soon. But Danny, are you here? I'm not sure if Danny is here. Danny, Anshaman, please go ahead and post your question. Danny Carmona. I'm just going to grab the list and update it. I think I've seen Anshaman. They're still here. I know there's a bit of a delay in the chat for me. So there's Anshaman. Awesome. I don't think Danny's here. Oh, sorry, I'm having trouble posting the list. So I don't do general questions, Anshaman, if you want to rephrase that. If there's a specific area you want to focus on, a particular situation, what's coming, I don't find general readings to be very meaningful. And Crystal, if you want to post your question as well, who is after Anshaman, just so we can keep things moving. We've got Anshaman, we've got Crystal, and we've got Eco 7. And Anshaman, are you single? Are you in a situationship, relationship? Remember, guys, detail, context. I'm an energy reader. I need context and detail, allows me to connect with your energy. Single. Look, Anshaman. Who or what is coming next in the near future? In love for Anshaman, please, Spirit. Ooh. Queen of Pentacles. So I believe this is someone's energetic signature here. Queen of Pentacles. Gorgeous energy. Let me know if you recognize this. It could be someone already in your energy field, or it could be someone new coming through. Queen of Pentacles can be an earth sign, or they can have this prominent in their chart, okay? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Queen of Pentacles is really life partner material, okay? Someone that you can rely on, who is very grounded, committed, loyal, worldly wise as well. So could be, most likely will be successful in career or in studies, you know, that they'll have a very focused life plan. Because it's a queen as well, there's a real maturity here. Doesn't have to be in age, it's more just in spirit, in soul, that they bring a maturity. And they mean business. They can be quite serious. So it's really someone who, if this is what you want, commitment, long-term relationship, build a life together, build a world together, then this is someone who is ready for that and is open for that. So if you are, then, you know, step up and kind of go for this really. They want to build a good life, the Queen of Pentacles as well. You know, their focus can often be on financial success. You know, that they would want the house, the marriage, the family. It doesn't have to look like that for everyone, obviously, that traditional, but they can be they are driven is the word that I'm looking for. So, beautiful energy, awesome to see to come through. Watch out for this person. Like I say, if you recognize these qualities in someone, they may already be in your energy field. If you don't, then this is someone likely to come through in the near future for you. So I hope that resonated, Anshaman. Okay, so moving on. I'm not sure if Crystal is here. So we have Eco 7 and we have Kritika. And we have Anne. Hopefully it's not buffering. Anshaman, just go back and try to watch it again if that was sorry about that, if that was buffering for you there. You're welcome, Anshaman. Keep us posted for your Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So, Eco 7, Kritika, Anne. Awesome. Thank you, Kritika. So Kritika says, Mom, next actions of Valpav. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Next actions of Valpav for me in contact. We had a conversation last night and I told him about my problems regarding us. We confessed our feelings more than a month ago, but still stuck. Okay, thank you, Kritika. Was the conversation last night at all productive for you? Let's see where they're at. Spirit, please tell us about Valpav's thoughts, feelings towards this connection, towards Kritika. King of Wands. So I feel like there's still passion here. King of Wands is fire, okay? So heart's desires, passions. There is feelings here, invested feelings. The kind of energy, though, that I get from this King of Wands is that they are maybe being a little bit controlling. They want things their own way. They want to be in charge. So you say, yes, it's fine. So did that conversation resolve then the issues that you were having? Just so I know what question that you're asking here, Kritika. Tell me once more, Spirit. So their next actions. More wands, which is good because I feel like they will take action, because this King of Wands is someone who ultimately doesn't hold back and has courage to make moves and to take action. Oh, thank you, Pooja. I appreciate that. That means a lot. No resolution. We like each other, but things are at a standstill. You see how this Two of Wands here is like, they are looking to the future and they are thinking about your future together. But the Two of Wands is when we are really planning and we are thinking and we are imagining how it's going to look. But we're not at the stage where we are, taking action. However, because there's all this Wands energy and because they've come through as the King of Wands, I believe that this will come in its own time. So I feel like you will just have to be more patient, Kritika. I know you have been already. You've informed him about my feelings, about what is happening. I just want to know what he will do now. Sure. The feelings are there. The emotions are there. But you are just going to have to wait that little bit longer, Kritika, if you care enough to stick around. Let's ask, I'm going to see what's the block. Like I say, the King of Wands, it could just be... The King of Wands likes to be in control. The King of Wands likes to be the one who's in charge. So I don't know if it's a bit of a power battle here. Tell me one last card about the block, if any. Oh, we've got the Four of Wands. So again, long-term commitment. This is even a card of marriage, this card can be. Maybe they are thinking, like they are thinking so seriously about this, that are they thinking that, you know, are you marriage material? Are you someone who they want to commit to long term? They seem to be thinking about this seriously. All these wands, ultimately, I read as positive, and change will come, Critica. And I understand you have been patient, so I'm not saying that you have to wait for them. That's obviously free will. If you feel like you've waited long enough and you were done, and you've waited too long and you want to walk away, I absolutely understand that, and that may be what you choose to do. But if you are waiting, gonna stick around and it's worth it for you, I feel like they will get there and make that move. With all these wands, I don't even really see why they haven't already. It's not even clear to me exactly why I haven't already made that move. Because fire is all, and wands is all about action, is all about change. But here they are, contemplating the future. Maybe, if, like I say, maybe a bit of a power battle going on here. But wands is, there's strong feelings here from them still. Passion, fire, heart's desires. That is all going on. So, like I say, free will in what you want to do, Critica. But I feel like they will make their move, but just very much in their own time. Okay, I'll move on now. So, Anne, if you were here, and Danny Baby. Hey, Diamond Girl. Hey. Oh, hey, Anne. There we go. You've posted. And Poppy, if you want to be added to the list, just click the link in the pinned comment. So I'll just leave the list open for a couple of minutes so that Poppy and Diamond Girl can just submit their questions, and then I'll close the list. You're welcome, Critique. Yes, exactly. He does want things on his own terms, so there is this power battle going on, which is frustrating because in a way there's no need for that energy, but this is what they're bringing. Okay, so I'll read for Anne and then I'll read for Danny Baby. So Anne says, what guidance does the universe have for me regarding my crush? Let's have a look at. Ooh. Ten of Swords, Anne. The end of a painful period. Ten of Swords always says the worst is over, but it also acknowledges, Spirit asks, that you've been through a long journey, really, of some heartbreak, some pain, some betrayals even. It can often be that it is a card of betrayal, the Ten of Swords, feeling let down by people. But Spirit comes through to tell you that the worst is over, and there is an ending really to that period. And I suppose this is connected to your crush in the sense of that this crush must be part of this ending, Anne. And that an ace comes next always, yeah, after the 10, and a fresh start. Tell me more, Spirit. Oh, look. And then there is an offering. A Knight of Pentacles here, bringing through a genuine offer for you, Anne. Something tangible, something real. That, you know, it's not an ace, this card, but in a way it is, because I'm seeing it as that, you know, this coin. You know, if you think of the Ace of Pentacles, it always has this one very visible coin. And I feel like this is obviously echoed in this card. But that new beginning is connected to this knight, to this person, to this genuine soul. The Knight of Pentacles is so genuine and honourable. The Knight of Pentacles is very, if you think of a knight in a classic, you know, love tale, the knight, you know, is the person that is the hero, aren't they, often in the story? But the knights are always so honourable. And that's the vibe really that I get. You know, I'm getting that almost traditional knight energy come through. And because it's pentacles, that deepens that, because I feel like the knight is the most honest and genuine knight out of all of the deck. They may be an earth sign, or they may have this prominent in their chart, or this is just the qualities that this person brings to you. And I think this is, you know, your next offering in love, Anne, for sure, that is coming through here. Maybe that's what you see in your crush as well. Maybe that you recognise these qualities, and that's why you're so drawn to them as well. So I hope that resonated. The end of something of a painful period, and the promise of something new here with someone new. Nice reading there, so I hope that resonated, Anne. Okay, I'm going to close the list now before it gets too long. So Poppy, if you just fill in the form, there's the link in the pinned comment, and then just wait for your name to be called, and then that's how the system works here. I've had to close the list now, so I've added you to the list, Poppy. But for future reference, there's a link in the pinned comment. You'll be added to the list. Just wait for your name to be called and then post your question, okay? But as I've closed the list, then I've just added you manually. I'm going to post the list again, guys, just so this is the final final draft. Hey, Emily. And Danny, I'll read for you in a minute. No, it's all right, Danny. I'll find your question, but thank you. So Bavia, oh, why doesn't keeps being iffy, this list? Okay, first half of the list, second half of the list. Bavia, the list is closed today, but anyone who is watching who has missed the list, I'll be live again on Friday, so I'll go live Monday, Wednesday, Fridays if you want to join us then. Okay, Danny, let's get to you. Thanks for your patience. Danny asks, how does Esther Pisces feel about me now? I decided to remain intimate with him. I have a lot of passion for him, but I don't want a relationship. He's fun. I don't want it to end. Okay, let's have a look. So it sounds like that's quite a good position to be in some ways, Danny, if you just want this for fun without expectations, which maybe has been the problem in the past. Let's see how they feel about this or about you. Ooh, Page of Swords. So I feel like they're into this as well. And the Page of Swords, I feel like though that they have got something to say, because the Page of Swords is about, it's almost, to me, I always read this, the page is when they are prepping to say something to you, to communicate. Probably their feelings, how they feel about you, what's on their mind, maybe what they want. I'll ask another card to try and dig deeper on that, okay? Also, you've already spoke about what you want from each other. I feel like they've got something else to say to you, which may be coming down the line, okay? Because the Page of Swords, if we see, they are preparing, and then just before, sorry, after the page comes the Knight. The Knight is when they kind of come rushing in with something to say. So what is the nature spirit of what is it that they've got on their mind? What do they want to communicate to Danny? Because as far as Danny knows, we've said everything that needs to be said, yeah? Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry, hold on. Excuse me. Ooh, and here's you coming through as the Queen of Wands. I can't help but feel like that, because they see you as this Queen of Wands, yeah, and there is all that passion, like you say. There is quite a lot of big feelings here, and I am wondering if they may just want to express something on a deeper level, but almost part of me feels like that they can't help but start falling for you, Danny. Maybe partly because, you know, you're comfortable in your own skin, you're kind of happy with where you're at, there's no demand almost here from you. Friends, you know, but enjoy each other's company and the intimacy. It puts you in a very strong position, which was what first came through as well. You are in your sort of Queen of Wands energy, and it's very attractive. And it's interesting as well that they're a page, but you're a queen. And I feel like this kind of talks about the dynamic as well, you know, that you're in your queen energy and they're sort of really, they feel their energy is more page, which really kind of feels more immature, but not in a bad way, just in a kind of less confident way. And yeah, I just kind of feel like that because they see you like this, and there's such a magnetic pull there as well. Oh, he told me he loved you and he wants a relationship. Oh, well, there we go. But then he took it back a few days later, lol, because I guess he knows I don't want relationship. Well, there we go. So he still feels like that. You know, he took it back to save face, probably. Danny says, yeah, honestly, it's great in the bedroom with him, lol. So this is really just kind of enjoy, I suppose, Danny, being in this position. I don't see them going anywhere because really they want this to be more. I mean, it's just typical, isn't it, that when you don't really want that, then you just want to keep it as things are now. And that, you know, this is when they fall for you, they're in love with you, they want more. So I suppose just be prepared that they may, it doesn't mean that you obviously have to agree to anything, but maybe just expect that they may communicate this again about how they feel for you, the depth of their feelings, and have another go really of trying to turn this into something more. But I would say just, you know, stick to your terms and don't feel pressured. You know, you're actually in a position of power, you're in a great position, and just kind of keep this dynamic for as long as you can, really, for as long as it works. And for the foreseeable, I think it will. But yeah, be realistic with yourself, honest with yourself maybe as well, that they've fallen for you and they may keep communicating, having a go and communicating this to you to try and turn it into something more. He is younger, yeah. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I'll keep us updated. Like you say, the dynamic changed because it was vice versa. Yeah, God, it's funny how things change, isn't it? But yeah, so when they do communicate their feelings and that they want more, I would say just remember not to feel pressured, Danny. Maybe you don't, you know, but don't feel pressured for it to be something more. It feels good, enjoyable, and where it should be, just as it is. And I suppose knowing that they are very into you as well and definitely want this and want it to be more is how the land lies. Exactly. Stay focused on you and your career. I totally get it, Danny. Don't be thrown off course or detoured by that. So Bavia, the list is closed today, but you can catch us on a Friday, okay? Oh, sorry, you're on the list. What am I talking about? Sorry, I see you. Sorry, my bad there, Bavia. So Bavia asks, Agan's current feelings for me, in contact. It's a new connection. We will be meeting soon and we have been talking for like 3 months. Okay, interesting. Let's have a look. Okay, Spirit, please bring through Agam's current feelings for Bavia. Ooh, lovely. Ace of Cups. New love, new beginnings. Look how the cup overfloweth. They certainly have some feelings of growing romance and love, Bavia. They see this as having lots of potential, this connection. So you say it's a new connection and the Ace of Cups speaks about that. So they understand, you know, Agam understands this is new, but they also hold a lot of hope. And we start at the Ace, you know, and that's when we go through all the levels and we get to the 10, and the 10 of Cups is like where we want to get to, you know, in a way, but let's enjoy the journey as well. But the 10 of Cups is like emotional fulfillment. But here we find ourselves at the Ace of Cups and those beginnings, feelings of a connection with real promise and real potential. So it's lovely to see, and I think they feel very open to this. They want this to work. Do you feel these feelings as well if this reciprocates? Because they certainly want this to to become more. Yeah, that's what they hope. So they most likely will be thinking of you, thinking of a future, beginning to kind of plan out next steps. Anything else, Spirit? I mean, it really says all that you need to know there, that they are open to this, hoping that it will become more and wanting it to work out, and are already having those budding feelings of love and romance. You feel it too, so it's nice and reciprocated. It feels Queen of Wands, I think, just comes in here to say, in some ways, to keep moving forward with this. The Queen of Wands is someone of action. The Queen of Wands doesn't hold back. I feel like it's important to continue to lead with your heart, both of you, and not miss out on this opportunity to be courageous and to keep things moving. So I know it's good that you've got a meeting. You've got a meeting soon, so that's good. That's the next steps. Like, keep things moving. Don't let this fizzle out, or don't let this fade out. Okay, the Queen of Wands is someone who really kind of takes charge of the situation. This may resonate with either your characteristics, Bavia, as well, or theirs. So this Queen of Wands energy can be one of you coming through the quick. So maybe you sense that one of you needs to take the lead more than the other. And it's not that that person's feelings is stronger, it's just that that's where they feel most comfortable in that role. The Queen of Wands is someone who leads and takes charge of the situation and is comfortable and happy in that role. And then the other person is kind of happy to go along with that. So take how that resonates as well, if you identify with those, because it doesn't matter about gender here. The Queen is just someone who likes to push on with plans and kind of in a way lay things out of how it's going to be. So they're your characteristics, yeah? So keep on with that, Bavia. Embody this Queen of Wands energy. And I feel like that, again, will be happy to follow your lead, really. But make sure that that meeting happens. And then obviously, Bowden, if that's successful, then keep the energy and the momentum going, and be sure to sort of keep meeting regularly, etc. But it all feels good here. It feels like the path is wide open in a way, and you both want to make this work. So keep building on that, Bavia, and I hope that resonated. Okay, moving on. So Pooja, my love, if you are here, we have Pooja, and we have, is it Sorrow? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Sorrow. If you want to go ahead and post as well. Thank you, Pooja. So Pooja asks, Devanshu's current energy towards me, his true feelings, thoughts and intentions about our connection. What is happening in his mind and heart when it comes to me? Great question. In contact, not in a relationship. You're welcome, Bavia. Yeah, I got you, Pooja. Okay, so what is happening in Devanshu's heart and mind, please, Spirit, when it comes to Pooja? They see you as the High Priestess, for sure. And the High Priestess, you know, is a powerful energy. Whenever we see Major Arcana, you know, it's someone with a strong, I kind of want to say like a strong aura, a strong pull. There's also a mystery, like a mysterious kind of energy around the High Priestess as well. They're not someone who is easy to read. And I believe this is how Devanshu sees you, Pooja. And the mystery is something that they are partly why they are drawn to you, though, okay? So it's not a negative thing, it's not a bad thing. They may understand as well that the High Priestess is very empathic and is tuned into what's going on beneath the surface, you know, someone who is able to really kind of read people's emotions, read a situation for how it's really going on, not just surface level. The High Priestess always goes deeper and is able to see what is beyond the veil. You know, psychics are the High Priestess. Yes, he thinks I'm mysterious. Okay, thanks for confirming, because he certainly does. So, I mean, I would take this. I'm going to pull another card to get more info on this, but I would say these are all, I would take this as a, you know, a compliment, as a way of being seen as the High Priestess. Do you know what the block is on this developing? Do you want me to look at what that might be, Pooja, if that would be helpful? Because you're in contact but not in a relationship, and I'm assuming, are we hoping that it becomes more? Let's see how they feel about romance, you know, with you, and what's going on around that, this developing into more. This is them, King of Wands. Look, watching you. King of Wands has passion, has, you know, they're drawn to you. The King of Wands is watching you carefully. And the King of Wands is actually, you know, normally is very direct and courageous, much like how this came up before, that they don't hold back. Waiting for the right time, maybe. Sometimes there can be a bit of ego involved with the King of Wands, because it is ruled by fire. And if we think of, you know, Aries and Leo particularly, and Sagittarius, there's a lot of pride there, and and it can often also be a lot of ego involved. So I kind of feel like particularly with this deck, sometimes this King of Wands, they can be a bit scared of looking stupid and a bit scared of taking a risk. Have you made it in subtle ways or in obvious ways? Have you made it clear that you are interested in them, Pooja? I think because you're mysterious maybe as well, that like I said, they are having difficulty reading you. And I feel like they are scared of looking stupid, actually, and scared of rejection. One final message, please. Okay. So he's got trouble expressing his emotions. Because he's scared of looking stupid and he's scared of looking rejected, scared of being rejected, Pooja. So, I mean, he'll have to take the risk, won't he, at the end of the day? Or if not, you know, you'll have to move on. Because there are feelings there and they are watching you. Final message, please, Spirit, of anything else that's blocking them. No. They're just being, the hermit mode, again, kind of being withdrawn. Like you say, struggling to express their emotions. They are kind of locked inside themselves a little bit with this hermit mode. There may be someone who gets a little bit lost in introspection, you know, thinking, overthinking, rather than just, you know, I feel like they just kind of need to do a bit more. They just need to do, you know, they just need to take some action. But they're in hermit mode. And I feel like their ego and their pride is blocking this, is slowing this down. You don't understand him, yeah. Stuff around, like I say, Pooja, around, much like what came up before this King of Wands as well, issues around control, issues around pride, issues around ego. Yeah, he is a bit like egotistical, like you say. So I don't know. I mean, where does this leave with you? You know, is this someone that you would want to be with? I don't know. Because I feel like they need to break out of this. And, you know, when you say he's being very careful when it comes to choosing someone. And I think beneath that is fear, because we have this hermit card where it's like too much time spent thinking, too much time on introspection, looking within, or being too cautious. And I feel like what the advice, despite what happens with you, Pooja, advice for them is that they just need to take action and really make some decisions and make some moves. And that, or if not, they may be stuck here, you know, forever and not be able to move forward with anyone. And really it's rooted in fear and it's rooted in ego. So this tells us quite a lot about them and where they're at. And it's kind of less about you and more about where they're at. And they feel, you know, stuck in that place, and God knows how long that they'll be there, Pooja. You know, you are this beautiful high priestess with, you know, so much to offer and so much insight. So don't let them question what you have to offer. This issue that they have, I feel like, goes deeper, and they are being overly cautious at this point. So it might be time to look elsewhere. Don't wait around for them, Pooja. You don't have to I always say, like, you don't have to close the door on them, but, you know, don't put all your eggs in one basket. If you may already be doing this, but look at other options, look at other prospects of who is out there for you, Pooja. Don't waste your time waiting for them. They may reach out and find that courage and say something to you and move this forward, but don't wait for them. Okay, moving on. Thank you, Saron. So Saron asks, In June, when R came in wanting to travel to be together, was he genuinely in love with me? So I don't do yes, no questions. Now we've had a tower moment, okay, between us, which I caused because some things weren't balanced. I'm hoping for a better beginning later. I know there's obstacles, but want to hear if this connection is as real for us both. Sure thing, we can look at that, Saran, because it feels really special to me. Okay, thank you for all that detail and background. I love that, Saran. That's it really helps me to connect to the situation and to your energy. You're welcome, Pooja. I'm glad that resonated. So, Saran, let's have a look at R's energy and how they are feeling, thinking about this connection after some difficulties. You know, like you say, after a tower moment. But where are they at now with this? What do they want? How do they feel? This is how they see you. So there's a lot of attraction here because the Nine of Pentacles, if we see this really, really quite beautiful, divine feminine energy depicted here. And the Nine of Pentacles is someone, so how they see you. I'll ask another question to dig a little deeper on what they want, but the Nine of Pentacles, so they're attracted to you. They are very drawn to you. But they also know that you're very independent. Maybe you are financially very independent, successful career-wise. The Nine of Pentacles energy can be, or just that you know, can do life with or without them. And this can be kind of double-edged because maybe this person feels like they need to be needed. So it's almost like that they are equally drawn to you, to this kind of independent spirit, financially free, or a free spirit it can be as well. And it can be the way that you present yourself, even that they admire kind of the way that you dress, and that you dress very well. It can be those fine details. They are almost glamorized by you. You know, they see you and they are glamorized by you. But they also, there's this feeling that runs alongside this, that they feel maybe that you'll be fine without them. You know, you can live with them, you can live without them. I don't know so let me know if that resonates. Maybe you're very good as well at like putting up a good front, that you have maybe a tough front, and they don't know how maybe much that you, underneath it all, you do need them. So tell me a bit more, one more, Spirit, please, what they want from this connection moving forward. Oh, so what I feel like is that they want this, but they are cautious, okay? And maybe after your tower moment together, that's understandable and that's reasonable. Because the Queen of Swords is all about speaking our truth. It's about having boundaries. And the Queen of Swords is also very realistic, and can almost be harsh in their realism. It's like, we're not going to be able to just wrap this up in a bow and kind of forget the past and everything's going to be sunshine and rainbows. Yeah, the Queen of Swords is really kind of taking quite a hard line. So I see what you say, Saran. So Says, all right, yes, I agree. I think he's felt like that about me with him. Yeah, he's asked why him and not someone else. So that's really, in a way, like their own insecurities as well. If he knows I want him and choose him. So nonetheless, you know, if they have a few insecurities there, and in a way it's kind of nice that they're like impressed by you, I think, and like I say, glamorized by you, and maybe do think, oh, why does she, you know, like, why has she chosen me? So the only way through this and forward and to build on this, like I say, I think that they are obviously very attracted to you and want this and are impressed by you. So they want to be with you, yeah? But the Queen of Swords is also that we need to focus on communicating honestly to each other. If that's been a problem in the past, maybe that's something to work on. Because the Queen of Swords is all about communication, speaking our truth, being honest. And it's also about boundaries. And it's also about being realistic. So being realistic can mean, like, let's not rush this. Let's rebuild from a tower moment. That's not just, like I say, that's not just going to go away. So it's going to take time. We build brick by brick. But ultimately, in answer to your question, like, if you can, they want this, and if we can apply these guides, if you want to say, these guidelines of truth, honesty, and realism, then we can get to where we want to be and we can make this work. But we can't cut any corners. I think that's the energy that I feel, that's the message. We can't cut any corners with this, and we can't, if we've made mistakes in the past or whatever that tower moment energy was about, we can't just expect it to disappear, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. So it's an insecurity. He's a little older and he's very physically attracted to me. Yeah, he likes the way you look, he likes the way you dress, he likes the way that you carry yourself, and he does think, you know, oh, she could take me or leave me. And then there's the advice for the way forward. So apply these rules, Saron, and I feel like that you can make this work. I hope that resonated. I'm going to move on. Hey Devea, thank you for posting. So I don't do general reads, Devea, if you want to. So what do I need to focus on these days? Just tell me what area, work, career, money, love, what's on your mind right now? So Saran, yeah, if you stick to those guidelines, I think that was a bit late. I know the chat can be delayed. If you can stick to those guidelines, then I see you being able to make a success of this. Kristen, as well, if you were here. So we've got Devea, who was just clarifying their question. And then we've got Kristen. And then Nat, as well, if you want to post, please go ahead and post your question. Work, please. I'm in a new area. Okay, Devea. So Spirit, what advice do we have for Devea in area of work? Ooh, too many, Spirit. Thank you. Oof, Major Arcana, Death card, transformation, a big transformation. Death of the old Avaya. As much as this card can be, is obviously, it is the death card, but I also like to see it that it can be called, you know, a rebirth. So this new area of work for you could really transform things for you. Death can be, you know, when we're in the middle of this transformation, it can be a little tricky, without doubt. Yeah, it can be kind of painful when the old is outgrown in a way. Yeah, it's like going through a death of ourselves. If we think of a transformation, and I think it's the Native Americans who call this like a little death, when, you know, you go through these changes and transformations that we have throughout life, you know, and we are really kind of changed as a person and we are reborn. But much like, you know, labor of literally a baby being born, how that is a painful process, transformation can be painful, but it very much feels like it will be worth it in the end. Oh, and then backed by another major arcana. There seems something, the energy around you, Devea, obviously is pretty intense at the moment. It might spill out that this energy, you know, is, let me know if it feels like it's just connected to work, or maybe if it's expanding in that you feel like you're going through a deep transformation in a bigger way, in a broader sense, because then we emerge kind of as this magician, where I feel like in this death process we have this opportunity to kind of, the doors are blown off, and that in this new path that we are creating, that we can manifest bigger and better. The magician is always about manifesting our ideal and not limiting ourselves. And there's something about this death card and this transformation that you are currently, may have been through recently, are in the midst of. Take what resonates with where you feel in the process of this transformation. But when you emerge on the other side, reborn as a magician, the doors, like I said, the doors have been blown off of what is possible, and your idea and thinking of what maybe you thought was possible was here, has now leveled up and gone up and over the top, if that makes sense. And we've got a whole other, basically our horizons have broadened, and what you will want more and can achieve more. So nice, powerful there. I hope that resonated, Devea. So moving on, thank you, Kristen, for posting. Kristen asks, in text, that was that. Hi, Seer. So S and I are talking, but I'm a little guarded. We met yesterday, but I don't know, some things felt off. In text, I can see that he's overly trying. I don't know if this is genuine, if he'll disappear again. Okay, can you tell me how he felt yesterday and if he's still going to try? Let's see what's going on. Fair, Kristen, to be guarded, yeah? Let's have a look what's going on with them. We're at a crossroads. There is still indecision here. Very important to trust your intuition. So don't ever ignore that, Kristen. You know, when you say, it doesn't mean that it's not going to work out. It's not going to work. But where we land now, I'm going to pull more cards to tell us more about his space. But I feel like this can be an easy place when we see Two of Swords to really kind of get our heads scrambled with anxiety and overthinking, which I think is kind of natural after the history in the past. But we kind of need to sit this out and wait this out and listen to our intuition. I feel like it's totally okay to be guarded. This person is blindfolded because they need to be listening to that voice inside that's going on, okay, and speaking to you and talking to you and guiding you, Kristen, okay? Tell me more about them. I mean, maybe they're feeling like this as well. Maybe they feel... Let's see how more about what they're feeling. Still a bit of chaos surrounding them, okay? Five of Swords is when we've had disagreements, arguments. Look at this sky, like this sort of tumultuous sky. Tell me more about this, Spirit. Lots of swords here. Tell me more about this Five of Swords, Spirit. Oh, so they're still reeling themselves, I think, from what's gone on in the past between you, okay? So you had this tower moment for sure. It's happened, yeah. You know, everything went silent, communication halted, communication was cut off. The thing is with the Five, though, it will pass. But I feel like we're in a kind of, it's almost like an emotional hangover that you're both dealing with. And it was heavy, this tower moment, okay? It was heavy for both of you. I know that they were the ones who kind of messed up and stuff, but this tower moment is without doubt like a heavy energy, and trying to rebuild from that is going to take time. One more, please, Spirit. Future energies. It looks complicated, I would say, Kristen. Let's see where it's going to land. Oh, we land in a more grounded place, which is the King of Pentacles. But is that someone else? This is where you're going to land anyway. You're going to land with the King of Pentacles. which is someone that you can rely on and someone that you can build a life with. I'm just wondering if it is S. There's only one way to find out that, and that is to take a risk. So Spirit is kind of saying it's okay to explore this, and actually it's okay to revisit this. The Fool is about really saying yes to adventures and saying yes to life and what's in front of you. You are at a crossroads and you do need to trust your intuition. There is some messiness here, but I feel like that it's not that they're disingenuous necessarily, really. I think it's just that they feel a little bit lost about how to navigate this as well, and how to maybe find your way through this, find your way back from this. Like I say, the Tower moment and the Five of Swords energy is still like, that's not, it's too fresh to really have totally closed that out. So let's take a risk, let's take a leap of faith. And I feel like explore this and go for it. And it may transform, and this King of Pentacles, maybe what your S is your King of Pentacles, and this is where we land. Or this King of Pentacles, I will leave that door open to say that this could be someone else. But either way, you are going to find there is a King of Pentacles in your future, Kristen. Yeah, I'll leave it there. I don't think there's ill will from them. I think they feel, it's almost like that they feel a bit out of their depth. Maybe that's why you feel like that they're trying really hard, and that feels like genuine, that they are trying hard, and maybe why it comes off of like that they're trying too hard, it's because they're kind of panicking, and they're kind of like a little bit lost and overwhelmed and trying to navigate a situation that they're not really sure how to. And like I say, they feel out of their depth. So stay steady, hold the course. You can be the still one. Don't give in to your own anxieties and worries, and listen to your intuitive voice. And it's okay to take this risk. Spirit is not saying to, walk away, leave this. Spirit is saying it's all right, give it another go, let's explore this. It could turn out to be great with this King of Pentacles. Okay, complicated for sure though, Kristen, complicated. I hope that did resonate. Okay, next up we have Nat, you've posted, bear with me 1 second. Hey Misa, thank you for letting me know that you're here. And Sonali, I saw you as well, thank you. But you can both go ahead and post your questions now, actually, just and I'll read for Nat, but just so we can keep things moving. So Nat asks, hello Seer. So David reached out yesterday. I guess retrograde is doing its devil work. Yes, it is. But honestly, but what intention does he have reaching out this time? Maybe trouble in paradise, yes. He's probably got wind energetically that there's someone else in the picture as well. You're very welcome, Kristen. Is that still on track with, is it Antonio, I want to say? Sorry if I'm remembering that wrong. Let's have a look at David's intentions. Here he is, cap in hand, coin in hand, page of pentacles coming through with an offer. Doesn't feel like that much though, you know. It's one coin. Tell me the motivation of why he's coming through now. And is that still moving forward, Nat, with Antonio? I always think this is when these exes come out of the woodwork, when they can sniff out that we are moving on. What's the motivation for this offering from David? Yeah. So Ten of Swords talks about, you know, their pain and their suffering. I know that they've been ill as well. There could be, that can be a factor, that they can be feeling down about that. I mean, it can be a card of betrayal as well, if they've endured some kind of betrayal. I don't know if there's issues around faithfulness in the connection that he's in. You have your reservations with Antonio, okay, but we can talk later, lol. One coin, yeah, who wants that, lol, exactly. That's what it feels like. It kind of looks a bit weak and feeble, doesn't it, in this, just the energy that's come in with this. And the fact that it's a page, you know, we want a king now, okay? We're ready for a king. We don't deal with pages anymore. It looks insufficient. And I feel like where that is, you know, what's motivating that, the reason why he's come forward with this, the reason why he's reached out is because of their own pain, which I feel like we've seen in the past, where it's been a lot about, you know, their needs and their when they suffer or when they get down, and you've been someone to a support, you know, someone to help them through that. You know, this kind of the Virgo healer energy that comes, you know, Virgo picking up the pieces. Virgos are great at that, you know. Exactly. I'm the Empress, no pages allowed. So I think this gives us a clear answer. It doesn't feel enough what it's coming forward with, and the motivation behind it is that they are maybe emotionally feeling down, or something has happened, like, you know, to trigger, to put them in this, that they feel betrayed, they feel Ten of Swords. And I think they do play with the idea a lot of ending the relationship that they're in, to be honest, because the Ten of Swords, and it probably does need to end. There's this Ten of Swords energy where it's like an ending, completion, the worst has happened. The Ten of Swords talks about needing to really end this cycle and draw a line, but that hasn't happened up to this point, and I feel like they keep nearing that line, that Ten of Swords, And then it's like they kind of back up to the nine, you know, and they're not quite there. And then they go, right, this is enough. I've had enough of this. You know, then I'll reach out to Nat, see how the land lies with her, and almost play that in their mind, that game with themselves, that this is something that they are actually going to do. Maybe they will one day, but you know, what they're coming through with now is still not enough, not sufficient. Yeah, he told me he misses hearing from me, which again is about him. Yeah. Protect yourself, Nat. From this, I feel like things have shifted for you, so it feels maybe less attractive now than what it did in the past. And yeah, and I feel like when he reaches out to you is when he's playing with that idea of ending his current relationship and changing his life around, really making a big change, but he never gets there. And then he backs up, and it's this perpetual cycle. Okay, I hope that resonated, Nat. Keep us posted as always. And Sonali, this is for you, my love. Misa, if you want to go ahead and post if you haven't already, please do. This is the list for anyone who is still with us. Sonali would like to know what is next in love, and they are single. Yes, less caring at night. It's a better place to be, isn't it? It's a relief when we can get there. Tell me, Misa, are you single? Are you in a relationship? Remember, as an energy reader, I need context detail. Sonali, this is for you. Ooh, a major arcana, Sonali. So a new beginning. The world brings the message and says there is a new chapter that awaits you, okay? There is a new beginning that is on the cards for you, that is on the way to you. And what your job is, Sonali, at this point is to close out energies with people, places, things that in your heart of hearts that you know is over. So releasing connections with, cutting ties with, say, stale connections, or connections with people that where you know that it's not going anywhere, or even if we're energetically almost sort of thinking about someone, we're not even in communication, but our thoughts are sort of with people in the past, people in connections. Sorry, thoughts are with people that we've been in connections with where we kind of know it's not working, and we are essentially wasting our energy on them. And now is the chance to clear that space and close out those endings correctly. So if you are still talking to those people, maybe now is the time to go no contact with those people. Stuff like that, yeah, like it's time to clean house. And what that does is it's actually a powerful message to the universe to say that we are ready for more and we are ready for the next chapter, and ushers that in. And it's about holding space, because often people feel like, oh, well, I'm not going to cut off that connection with this person who is wasting my time because there's no one else on the horizon, there's no one else in the picture, so what does it matter? But it's actually, you're allowing that person to fill that space, to take up that space in your energy field and in your life. And nature abhors a vacuum, okay? So if you cut ties with that person and hold an empty space intentionally, then without doubt, really, it will only be a matter of time that that space will be filled with someone new and someone better, if we are keeping our ideal in mind, and if we are keeping our boundaries strong. So a beautiful message there, which I don't want to like overcomplicate, so I'll leave it with that major arcana message about, so you know, Sonali, hopefully if this resonates, you know what your job is now, to clean house psychically, spiritually, emotionally, and hold that space, because there is a new chapter that is on its way to you. Yeah. Okay, so Misa, I don't know if you're very welcome, Sonali. If you heard me, if you just clarify your current, if you're in a relationship, if you're in a situationship, if you're single. Also, so last but not least, so Diamond Girl, Emily and Poppy, if you are still here, please go ahead and post your questions. So Misa, if you clarify your question, your situation. If you're single, like I say, if you're in a relationship, and then last call out for Diamond Girl, Emily and Poppy. Thank you, Diamond Girl. Okay, so Diamond Girl asks, energy surrounding S, true feelings and true intentions towards me. Currently no contact in 2 weeks. Okay, so this is an ex, Diamond, yeah? Ooh. Well, they haven't let go of you, Diamond, okay? This Four of Wands is about a card of celebration, a card of commitment. It's even the card of marriage. Tell me more, Spirit. There's some indecision though here. Crossroads. I feel like they're in their head about this. This card is all about overthinking. It's about anxiety. It's about worry. What they need to do is they need to trust their intuition. And I think their intuition would tell them, you know that you're still invested in this. You know that you still want this. Because that's everything that this card says, okay? The Four of Wands is super positive, and when it comes to, when it comes up in a love reading, it's like a massive green flag, a green light, yeah, to say that this has huge potential. But they are in their head about it. Like I say, that's the block, really. They are anxious, they are overthinking, they are second guessing the situation. Whatever brought you into no contact is maybe something that they are overplaying, in their mind. And they really need to, instead of really in a way thinking and trying to find answers to this situation, I feel like they need to really just follow their heart and trust their gut on this, and really reach out to you and communicate again. Let's see if they will, yeah, because I think it's clear this is what they want, but they're in their head. Like the action, they just need to Focus on what remains instead of the minute they are. This will pass, okay? And I feel like you will hear from them again, Diamond Girl. And you just need to let this run its course. But at the minute, they're focusing on what's gone wrong, and they're focusing on the loss and the disappointment. But there are 2 cups here that clearly remain, yeah? And this is the potential and what still remains in this connection and what we can begin to build on. And if they could only just stop focusing on this and turn around, and they would see this, if they could just lift their head, turn around, they would see actually this is what is still going for this connection, and it's worth fighting for, and it's worth exploring. So just give them the 5. It will pass. At the thing with 5s is that they feel very intense and they feel very dramatic and kind of end of the world vibes, you know. But they actually blow over quicker than what you might expect. So just wait this out. Wait for this shift to happen. I see that, like I say, they do want this. They still very much want this to work out. And I feel like that will win out in the end. So I hope that resonated. Thanks for posting, everyone. So I'll read for Misa, then Emily, and then Poppy. So Misa says that they are single but would like to know what's next in love. We still need to do some recovering and taking some time to take care of ourselves. So I don't know if we've ended a connection but this 4 of Swords is about rest and recuperation and taking time out to get to know ourselves and focus on ourselves. Maybe to find out more what you want from a partner, to rebuild if we've had our confidence knocked, or obviously I don't know where you're at in how long you've been single. If it's been even if it's been a long time, there is still, the universe says we still need to be focusing on ourselves and getting to know ourselves and what we want and what we are looking for. I feel like you will find within rather than without. Let's see what comes after that though. So after this is what we need to be doing now. There could be more healing. Like I say, if you have heartache here, Misa, if you have been broken-hearted, then you may need to heal. Or it could even that you've been focusing loads on work and that you're burnt out and there isn't space for a relationship now. You know, take what resonates, leave what doesn't with this. And once we've done that, once we have rebuilt, once we have found out what we wanted and we're in a good place and we're ready, then here is an Ace of Wands, which is this beautiful spark of attraction that is on its way to you. Ace of Wands is about passion, physical attraction, magnetism, being drawn to someone. And an ace is about a new beginning and a fresh start and an offering. So there will be a spark of attraction with someone that is coming down the line. You know that you'll start dating someone will ask you out. There will be that exciting, you know, all those sparks begin to fly when we have a new connection and the excitement of that. Look at these beautiful colors in this card. This is someone, you know, offering to you this opportunity. So there we go, it laid it out for you there, Misa. This is what we need to do now. So we need to focus on ourselves. We may need to be patient for this Ace of Wands, trust in the universe that it will come at exactly the right time. And focus on self-care in the meantime. Build ourselves up so that we are ready. We're in the right state of mind. You know, we're physically ready, we're mentally ready, we're emotionally ready for this Ace of Wands. Hope that resonated. Okay, and then we have Emily. What's coming in for love, says Emily, single. Spirit, what is coming in next in love for Emily? Who or what? Ooh, we have this beautiful World card again, which tells me, Emily, that there is a new chapter. It's a major arcana, which tells me that there is potent energies, big energies around you, and a new chapter, that it's on its way to you. And much like I said to Sonali before, that your job at this time to usher in this new chapter, this new beginning for you, is to make sure that we have closed out and had good endings with people, places, things that no longer serve us. So if you were in stale connections that you know aren't working, maybe now is the time to go no contact. Even if we're in, you know, a job situation, even, it can be something that's not related to love, because we can look at this holistically, yeah, in our life, that situations that are draining us, we can usher in a fresh start. Because, you know, if we're in a job that we hate, for example, then that can just drain us so much that it begins to close us off to new opportunities in all areas of our life, like new love. It's difficult to come through to us if something else is draining our energy, if that makes sense. So your job is to, like I say, clear the way and to embrace this new chapter and hold space so that you are ready for when it comes. I'm going to pull one more. And it may sound like a small thing, but it's actually, you know, we're always working with energy here. Oh, there we go. And there's your new opportunity, your offering, your spark here of someone that it will be quite passionate and intense to begin with. Ace of Wands is often like a strong physical attraction, who you are immediately drawn to someone. And there's that mutual exciting, you know, it's very exciting, sparks fly, and that kind of, when you both know, you both feel that strong attraction. But first, yeah, close out the old chapters, intentionally make way for the new and hold space for the new. I hope that resonated, Emily. You're welcome, Misa, for your reading. And last but not least, we have Poppy. Thank you for being so patient, Poppy, and wait until the end here. Poppy says, I'm in no contact with Solomon and would like to know what his feelings about us are, and if he has any abusive intentions towards me. So that's not something that I would really look at, Poppy, with the tarot. I mean, if you feel that is maybe kind of a red flag to me, Poppy, that you would ask that question. Hey Nelia, the list is closed today. I'll be live on Friday though, if you want to join us then. But let's have a look at Solomon's intentions. But Poppy, yeah, why, if that is a fear of yours, you know, or if that has been signs of, or I don't know if it's a translation issue there, but let's see what Solomon's intentions are and his feelings towards you and this connection. They see you in their future with this Two of Wands. They are, even though we're in no contact, they are thinking and planning, and when they think of the future, their future, they see you there. There is a 2 as well, okay, so that's always significant. When we see a 2, that's encouraging, okay, really, that when they, like I say, when they are thinking of the future, they are thinking of the 2 of you. They maybe don't see yet a clear path and are still trying to figure it out. Maybe you both are, figure it out about how are we going to make that happen. But I feel like this tells us definitely that this is what they want, though. So what does the future hold, Spirit, for this connection? Because we see that he wants this. He wants to work this out. He's not quite sure about how to get there. Maybe that can be filled in time, you know? I don't know what brought you into no contact, but it feels like there was some, you know, disappointment along the way, that someone let someone down, maybe, okay, and that things didn't work out as planned. And there is a kind of, I feel like this is their energy, that they are kind of sulking and they maybe feel rejected somewhere, that why it didn't work out and what they were disappointed about. However, there is a 4th cup here, which I feel like is the next chapter, and ultimately, because they see you in their future, that they will respond to you in the end, or you will reconnect together in the end. But there is some kind of sulking and closed off feelings going on right now. When someone is in this energy, whenever this card comes up, 4 of Cups, I always say, don't try to push them out of this or cajole them out of this. You just have to let them work this out and work this through on their own, and in their own time, Poppy, that they will return to you and come back to you. You can let it know that you are, this can be you, to say, look, I'm here, I'm open, I'd like to work this out, if that's where you're at, if that's, I'm presuming that you want reconciliation. So you can offer this 4th cup and say, look, when you're ready, let's talk, I'm here, and then just leave it at that, okay? But because when someone is in this, you know, we can see arms folded here, closed off, sulking. They can't, you know, just let them get on with it, really. And in their own time and in their own process, they will respond to you, I see, because of this 2 of Wands, about essentially when they think of the future, they see you there. Presuming that you want this, you know, like I say, you really love him, yeah, you want reconciliation. So let them have their sulk, let them have their time, let them know, I mean, you probably already have, but let them know, you know, I'm here when you're ready to talk, and then just wait that out, and believe you me, they will be back, okay? Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there and end the live, but thank you all so much for joining today's live. I hope the messages you received brought you clarity, peace, and some inspiration for the days ahead. Remember always to take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and trust your own inner guidance. I'll be back on the next live on Friday, so please do join us then. Just keep an eye out on the community posts for the schedules and times, etc. But until then, be kind to yourselves, keep centering your energy, and stay open to guidance from spirit, love and light. And I'll see you soon.